First question is from Nat. I'd like to ask for any tips about life after an apprenticeship. My apprenticeship is going to be ending next year, and I learned a lot from my head brewer. So stepping out and being independent can be quite daunting. I do get a certification, and it's about 2 years long. I should still have a job afterwards, but you never know what opportunities come up, things like that. Maybe long-term career-wise, I would like to have my own pub. So Nat is we know each other from Instagram. She's new in the industry, and she's working through her apprenticeship and wanted to hit me up on this stuff. So Nat, here's my take, and especially through the lens of nutritional in the workplace, in the brewery space. Okay. This would be my same advice to anybody. And this isn't me like being like ageist or looking down on the fact that you're younger in the industry. That's great. But yeah, this is my big picture look on that. Step one of the most important things. I think these are all important things, but this is the first one I started with. In the workplace and in life, but in the workplace, be honest, work hard, be grateful, and pursue personal growth. And when I'm talking about personal growth, I mean specifically getting better at, because a lot of us need to, getting better at personal responsibility, humility, forgiveness, generosity, and temperance. There's other virtues that go in there, but those are all good things for us to be looking to grow in, right? We have to put ourselves in difficult situations, and oftentimes difficult situations will find us, and we will have our mettle tested, right? But don't just seek comfort. Seek things that are challenging and that help put you in a situation to grow. The next thing I would suggest is become an independent learner. As far as brewing science goes, there's a range of different podcasts out there available. Dig into the podcast scene. Sometimes when you're working and you're just doing the monotonous stuff, podcast it up. You know what I mean? On your commute, podcast it up. At the gym, podcast it up. Podcast, and then same goes with reading and or audiobooks. Really you can become self-taught. I learned how to brew by listening to podcasts. No, I do it for a living. All right. That's how that goes. This is the day and age that we're living in. And I would also look at if you have access to things like the Master Brewers Association's Technical Quarterly or any other version of scholarly articles that are available, dig in on that. I would say primarily don't try to push yourself through stuff that you might be super bored with. Try to chase some things that you're passionate about from a content standpoint, and that'll help build that momentum with all of that. The next thing that I would suggest is doing a deep dive on restaurant operations. You can do that with podcasts, books, etc. I'm a huge fan of the podcast called Restaurants Unstoppable, and you should start checking it out. They interview independent business owners, and they talk about the ins and outs of running a restaurant. Even if it's just going to be serving beer, we are running restaurants when we're trying to run a pub, whether there's food or not. But start looking at it through that lens. From a hospitality restaurant ownership standpoint, I really love the book Setting the Table by Danny Myers. Tremendous book. And I think it'll help create a good mindset for some of the intangible things about running a profitable restaurant. There's definitely nuts and bolts financial side as well. But I would also be an active, be an active observer when you're going out and about. Okay, when you go into pubs that you love, when you go into pubs that are busy and killing it, keep your eyes open. Why is this place busy? Why do I love walking in here? Right? Start taking mental notes of things like that. Talk to some of those people. Talk to those bartenders. Talk to that GM. Start piecing that together. Kind of have a broader view. And sometimes that can just be, you having a conversation when you're out, right? Next, make wise choices about how you treat your body, mind, and spirit. Rough industry. And it can chew you up. It can chew you up. You got to make smart choices about how we live day to day, how we're eating, how we're exercising, the water we're drinking, how we're taking care of ourselves spiritually. All those things are very important. Take good care of yourself. And the last one that I will suggest that kind of set this path forward for you as you grow as a brewing professional. The last one I would suggest is start thinking about the idea of or set the goal of understanding the difference between friends and drinking buddies. I think the world is full of drinking buddies, and I think sometimes we make the mistake of trusting and relying on people that are maybe acquaintances as opposed to people that are actual friends. Maybe the difference between real friend and associate, or what was I calling them? Yeah. A friend is somebody that is celebrates with you when you do well, that encourages you when you're struggling, and they call you to be something better when you're not. All right. So yeah, hopefully that's not my too preachy answer on it. But those are my big picture, and there's kind of bullet point things, right? And I know nothing is like super concrete, but like become active, take advantage. Especially the point that you're at in your career right now, you're never going to be younger, have more energy, and have your body bounce back from the difficult things about this industry. Okay, capitalize on it. I know you feel tired and beat up at the end of a shift, but you got more in you than you think you do. Again, take good care of yourself, but learn, grow, keep your eyes open, right? And the other thing, one other quick thing, don't be the person that talks shit, all right? Don't have an opinion about other people. When people start gossiping about other people, I don't know, sit that one out. I don't know. Restaurant industry can be funny like that. I remember back in this one place I used to work at, the GM, she and I got along real well. And she always knew that I wouldn't talk about other people. And so sometimes she would try to stir the pot a little bit with me and ask me to like dip in with my thoughts on this, that, or the other thing. And I would just never do it. It would drive her crazy. But I always told her the reason I don't do this is because someday somebody's going to tell you I did or said something. And you're going to know I didn't do it or I didn't say it because of the way I carry myself between you and I, right? You know I don't do that stuff. So anyways, it makes life a little simpler. But Nat, appreciate the follow, appreciate the question, and best of luck to you.